Here's why Aegon II betrayed his mother Alicent after becoming king. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most shocking and emotionally charged moments in House of the Dragon. King Aegon II's betrayal of his mother, Queen Alicent Hightower, after ascending to the throne. This moment is pivotal, not only in the Targaryen succession, but also in the complex web of family dynamics, loyalty, and ambition. The betrayal sent shockwaves through the court, shattered trust, and reshaped political alliances in Westeros. But why would Aegon II, a son raised by Alicent, turn against the very woman who nurtured him and fought tirelessly for his claim? Today, we'll break it all down, from political pressure, personal ambition, and fear, to manipulation, power struggles, and the high-stakes tension that defined this shocking betrayal. To understand Aegon II's betrayal, we first need to set the stage. The death of King Viserys left the Targaryen succession in turmoil. Two factions emerged: the Greens, supporting Aegon II, and the Blacks, backing Princess Rhaenyra. Alicent, mother of Aegon II, devoted herself to securing her son's claim. She carefully maneuvered through court politics, cultivating alliances, managing powerful lords, and ensuring her son's legitimacy. She envisioned a reign guided by her counsel, one where her influence would shape the realm alongside her son. Aegon II's coronation was intended to solidify this vision. The Greens hoped to present a united front, demonstrating the strength of their claim and suppressing any Black faction resistance. Yet even in this moment of triumph, cracks were forming. Cracks that would reveal both the limits of loyalty and the fragility of familial bonds. Section 2. Who is Aegon II? Before we examine the betrayal, it's important to understand Aegon II as a character. Unlike his mother, Aegon II is impulsive, ambitious, and often guided by emotion rather than careful calculation. He grew up under Alicent's watchful eye, trained in the politics of court, and instilled with a sense of entitlement as the son destined for the throne. However, Aegon's upbringing was also marked by tension and manipulation. The court constantly reinforced his claim while subtly undermining Rhaenyra's legitimacy. Over time, this environment shaped Aegon into a king who equated strength with control, viewing independence, even from his mother, as essential to asserting his authority. Aegon II's personality is a blend of youthful arrogance, insecurity, and a desire for validation. While he loves his mother, he struggles with the notion that her influence might overshadow him or limit his autonomy as king. This tension sets the stage for the betrayal. Section 3. Alicent's role and expectations. Alicent expected that Aegon II would honor her guidance and rely on her wisdom in the early days of his reign. As a mother and queen, she had invested decades in ensuring her son's path to power, navigating court intrigue, and consolidating the Green support. She believed that their bond, strengthened by familial love and shared ambition, would endure even as Aegon assumed full control. Alicent assumed that her counsel would be sought, her strategies respected, and her presence honored as an essential pillar of the new king's rule. But Alicent underestimated the pressures Aegon would face, the expectations of the court, the ambitions of his allies, and his own desire to assert authority independently. These pressures would push him to act in ways that seemed, at least on the surface, like betrayal. Section 4. Political pressures mount. The Greens' hold on power, while seemingly strong, was far from secure. Key lords and influential advisors demanded immediate signs of authority from Aegon II. Any perceived weakness or indecision could embolden Rhaenyra's supporters and destabilize the kingdom. Aegon faced immense pressure to assert dominance and make decisive moves that would demonstrate both his independence and capability as king. Reliance on Alicent's counsel, while politically safe, risked projecting an image of dependency. In a realm where perception often outweighs reality, the appearance of weakness could be disastrous. This is the crucible in which the betrayal took shape, a combination of political necessity, personal ambition, and fear of losing control. Section 5. Influence and manipulation. Aegon II's advisors played a critical role in shaping his actions. Key figures in the Greens faction, including Ser Otto Hightower, guided the young king toward decisions that favored political expediency over familial loyalty. These counselors emphasized the need for independence, cautioning that too much reliance on Alicent could be perceived as weakness. Manipulation and flattery reinforced Aegon's desire to assert control. He was told that true kings act decisively, even if it means disappointing loved ones. Over time, these messages eroded the maternal bond, framing Aegon's eventual betrayal as both a strategic necessity and a mark of kingly authority. Section 6. The Betrayal in Action. So, how did Aegon II betray Alicent after his coronation? The betrayal manifested in several key ways. 1. Exclusion from decisions. Aegon began making critical decisions without consulting Alicent, sidelining her influence in court and in military strategy. 2. Public rejection. In official settings, he acted independently, signaling to the court and the realm that his mother's counsel was no longer central to his reign. 3. Political maneuvering. He aligned with advisors and lords who prioritized his authority over Alicent's guidance, ensuring that her political influence diminished quickly. From Alicent's perspective, this felt like a personal and political betrayal. The son she had raised, the king she had fought for, was now asserting independence in a way that undermined her role, threatened her influence, and tested the trust between mother and child. Section 7. Motivations behind the betrayal. Why did Aegon II act this way? Several intertwined motivations emerge. 1. Assertion of authority. As a new king, Aegon needed to demonstrate autonomy and control over the court. Dependency on Alicent could be seen as weakness. 2. Influence of advisors. Figures like Ser Otto Hightower shaped Aegon's perception of power, encouraging decisions that sidelined Alicent to consolidate his own influence. 3. Personal insecurity. Aegon feared that reliance on his mother might make him appear incapable, eroding respect among lords and courtiers. 4. Political strategy. By distancing himself from Alicent, Aegon aimed to solidify alliances and demonstrate decisiveness in a volatile political environment. These motivations reveal that the betrayal, while deeply personal, was also calculated, a blend of political strategy, emotional insecurity, and ambition. Section 8. Emotional and political fallout. The emotional fallout for Alicent was profound. She experienced shock, grief, and a sense of betrayal from the very son she had nurtured and guided. Her trust, painstakingly built over decades, was suddenly called into question. Politically, the betrayal weakened her immediate influence at court. Lords and advisors, sensing the shift in Aegon's